Question?
No, ma'am, you won't get them.
Can y'all make sure your mics are turned on, please?
Sure.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2.
Don't turn them off, just turn them on and
Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Is that on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we ready, gentlemen? Mr. Rando was selected first. We got a coin flip. He won. So at this time, your opening statement, please.
Hello, I'm Joel Rando, and I'm running for mayor of Tyler, Texas. As y'all know, I'm 39 years old, but I'm proud to say I've been a Republican for 40 years. As proof that there's life at conception. One of the reasons I'm running, and one of the points I have to make, because I only have 2 minutes real quick, I have a lot of points, but I'm probably going to run out of time. One of the points is, Mr. Heines, I want to ask this to you so you can answer at some point. You flipped to Republican now, but you were a Democrat. I'm glad he saw the light, don't get me wrong. But that's one thing, I don't know, I'd have more respect if you just said I'm a Democrat, and this is who I am, take it or leave it. Because I'm a Republican, take it or leave it. When I go campaigning on the north side, and they slam doors on my face because I say I'm Republican, and these are my people, I don't take it personal, because I'm still going to stand up for it. I had a group, the Firefighter Association came up to me and they said, they wanted to double tax property taxes. And being new to Tyler, I thought, maybe that's a good thing, I don't know. So I did some research and I thought, well, I'm part of the grassroots people and it's a bad idea, bad. And they said, you know, that they'd help me out with some financing, boots on the ground, things like that. And we both went in front of them at the Holiday Inn, and we both stood in front of them, and we told them while we were running. Well, they chose to endorse him. They called me on the phone, and they said, Joel, sorry you didn't tell us what we wanted to hear. And we've worked with Martin before, and we think he can help us on property taxes. Now, if that's not true, go call him.
Thank you. Mr. Heines?
Thank you. My name is Martin Heines. I grew up here in Tyler. I was born in Tyler. I grew up on Andy Woods, by Andy Woods on Clyde Street. That is when Clyde was in South Tyler. I went to Hubbard and Robert Lee High School, and after high school, I went to the University of Texas Business School, where I graduated with a finance and a urban land economics degree. When I came back to Tyler, I worked, and I have worked for the last 30 years with my father, John Heines, who is a real estate appraiser, and now I work with my nephew in a family business where we do property management. I was elected in 2010 as a city council person, and I served last year as mayor pro tem. I have spent 2 years on the mayor's audit committee and 4 years on the economic development committee. We have a city manager form of government. That means that the city manager handles the day-to-day operations of our city government. The mayor is responsible for vision, direction, and financial oversight of our community. The mayor is a volunteer position. We are not paid. It's nonpartisan, and we have the great thing that everybody should have, that's term limits. You're allowed to serve 3 2-year terms. And we're financial stewards of this community. The past 3 mayors, 2 of them served on the city council, Kevin L. Tice and Joey Sieber, before becoming mayor. Barbara Bass served as an auditor for the city, so she was very familiar with the 36 funds that we have. The city of Tyler is financially solid, and I will be more than happy to address these issues during this debate. We have no general obligation debt. Our tax rate is much lower than our peer cities, even twice as low. We have a AAA bond rating that we attained in 2010. I would thank you. Look forward to talking about it.
Thank you, gentlemen. And so the first question will go to Mr. Rando. The city of Tyler is applauded because of its conservative approach to governance since the implementation of the Blueprint business plan and because of its lack of general obligations debt. Please be specific and tell us your plan for continuous improvement in the city of Tyler as it relates to cost containment and quality of service. Describe any areas needing improvement.
I have 4 minutes. Is that right?
It's a
Oh,
15-minute
15,
period
okay.
for you all to share the time.
Okay,
today.
so I have a lot of stuff here. If you don't know about Tyler, you can learn easily. All you have to do is ask some questions. And the city is real good at putting up a smoke screen and showing all the positives and not the negatives. They say we're transparent. I wish that was 100% true. And that's what I would bring as mayor. I have no special interest. Let me repeat that. I have no special interest. I'm a locksmith, but all I do is unlock cars. I'm not doing this for the money, because it doesn't pay anything. I'm not doing it for any other reason than I feel the call to have integrity. And
Joe, we need to concentrate on the question, okay? Tell us your plan for continuous improvement in the city of Tyler as it relates to cost containment and the quality of service.
Okay, well, I don't agree with the spending that they do, and I'm the true conservative in this race. If y'all have to know, the parking garage, for instance, specific point, I didn't agree with that. It's millions of dollars, and just because we don't have debt doesn't mean we need to spend money. That's how they look at things. We have no debt, so we can buy this. We have no debt, so we can buy that, and we just keep spending all this money downtown and they think it's because of growth. I don't think that we need 4 levels of parking garage. But, I mean, I've been downtown several times, and I always found a spot. I don't think you have to pay to go park at downtown yet. We are growing, but we don't need it right now. And we spent $1 million specifically on the Tyler 21 plan, and it said that we didn't need it, and we still built it. Now, people don't know that, then go research it. Go find out the truth. It's easy, just ask questions. I've talked to city employees. Another way we need to improve our city specifically is the Liberty Hall. We spent $1 million raising $1 million for Liberty Hall. They charge you $800 to rent that thing. They charge a $200 deposit, and if you don't pay the whole $800, they won't even put your name up there. You could rent it for a few hours, but then if you don't pay the entire $800, you can't put your name up there. They won't advertise you on their website, and they won't advertise you to TV. It's all about the money, and it's closed more than it's open. That is ridiculous. If we spend $1 million raising $1 million, we should use it so much that we're having to pay another $1 million to fix it up because we've been using it so much. That's specific points. And all you have to do, I went to the Mayor's Citizens Academy, and this is where I found these things out. The mayor, Barbara Bass, has a Citizens Academy you can sign up for. They've extended the deadline right now. You can go to this class and go to each department and find out the truth. You can find out what we're spending. And these smoke screens that they say AAA bond rating is great. We got it reaffirmed on the 19th of March, which is great. Fine, we got a AAA bond rating, no general obligation debt. But that doesn't obligate us to spend. We keep spending, we're gonna hurt ourselves.
Okay, Joel, let's,
Okay.
two things. Improvements.
Sure.
One he's challenged you on is the parking garage.
Sure.
Okay, let's hear about that.
Can I answer your question?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, the question
Continuous improvement.
well, it's about the budget. It's about how we control costs. And let me tell you, we just went through it with set. Is it not on? Okay, then I'll just stand up and talk. How about that?
Get closer to it. Get closer to the mic.
What's the name on it?
Oh, it wasn't on.
Oh, that
Yeah,
would
it's
help
on.
him.
Yes.
An answer.
Okay, so
You have to hold it close.
let me be very clear. We had sales tax decline 10% from 2008 to 2010 in the city of Tyler. 42% of our income, revenue to the city comes through that sales tax. The property taxes were on a trajectory of going up 10% per year. They went down from all the way down to a negative growth. With that, that means we had less revenue coming into the city of Tyler. So what we did is we froze 140 positions in the city of Tyler, and we cut spending. Unlike any other government you'll ever see, we actually cut spending. Our budget, we decreased from the 2010 budget to 2011, we decreased it by 6.5%. So we'll continue doing exactly that, being good stewards of the money. If we do not have the income coming in, we will cut expenses. And I will let you know that in 1985, we had 900 employees in the city of Tyler. Today, we have 775 full-time employees. The population has increased 37%. Our employee number has dropped 14%. That is conservative government. I am not going to talk. I'm going to show you what we've done, and we have a good conservative record. And does the AAA credit rating mean something? There's hardly any cities in Texas that have that. And the reason being is that we have no general obligation debt, and we live within our means. The tax rate that you pay at 22 cents is by far the lowest of any peer city in the state of Texas. We do live within our means, and we're very serious about keeping the budget low. These are not gimmicks. This is not a joke. There are no tricks involved in the city budget. This is factual information. We run a very tight government, and I will tell you that I was proud to go with Jason Wright to do the negotiations directly with Standard & Poor's and Moody's to get that AAA bond rating reapproved. And it was that they were shocked at the level of expertise that our city manager had and our CFO with the amount of data that we took in. They said they've never seen that. They've never seen two council members be able to walk into a meeting and describe the budget, the expenses, and the revenue to the point that they were excited to give us the AAA.
Okay, hey, Mark.
This is not by accident.
Okay, now go back and he's asked a question of you about the garage.
Yeah.
Is
Yes.
that a good explain to us?
You brought up two things. First, let's go to the Liberty Hall.
Okay.
Liberty Hall is completely, if not all, that $1 million he just talked about, that was private donations. That was not your tax money. That was a private donation to the city of Tyler to do the renovations. We would not spend taxpayer money remodeling that building, and we did not. Since we started the half-cent sales tax fund, in other words, we're paying cash for our capital improvements. And I can tell you, the list on that capital improvement plan is huge. There have been up to 180 items on that list. So the needs are much greater than we are going to spend. That half-cent sales tax is the reason we have no general obligation debt, and our taxes are the way they are. And I'm committed to continue that. We are not going to do general obligation debt. We're going to spend the half-cent sales tax fund. The half-cent sales tax fund, we have spent $160 million since it was instituted. Those have brought, the biggest expense on that was $60 million to the Grande extension. That has helped traffic immensely in this community. And instead of us going out and doing big bond elections to pay for a $60 million road that no telling how much interest would have been tacked on, we have a half-cent sales tax fund that pays for it.
Okay, look,
Of the $160 million that has been spent, Ernie,
okay, I understand.
no money has been spent downtown.
I understand that.
You're talking about a parking garage, right?
Yeah, he asked the parking garage. I'm trying to get him back into the debate, so you will answer him so he can get back in.
Good. Okay, so the parking garage is being funded with about $4.5 million out of the half-cent sales tax fund and some from the oil and gas revenue that is cash that we have. That parking garage is the only investment in downtown that the half-cent sales tax has ever made. We have been asked to do all sorts of site improvements, trees and sidewalks. I'm sorry, we haven't done any of that. This is the only expense. And is it needed? Yes, it's needed. Is it something that is the most popular item? The answer is no. We can also go into the question of how many parking spaces are needed. The problem is, if you know anything about business, you know that you can't add on to a parking garage later. So you have to oversize a parking garage. Do we like it? No, we don't like it. But if we're going to do proper planning, which we are supposed to do good financial smart planning for the future, there's no reason to spend $3 million for a parking garage and not get enough space for the future.
Okay, thank you, and we'll let Mr. Rando take, whatever he, exceptions to what you said, and we'll see where we go.
Well, y'all been here longer than me, and y'all heard that we've had the AAA bond rating forever, so we all knew that. We all know that we have no general obligation debt. We all know about the half-cent sales tax. But what we don't know, what is easy to find out if we ask people, is if you go through the Mayor's Citizens Academy, this is what I learned. I went to each department and found out how it was run. And then on the side, I took them to the side because they wouldn't let us talk to them in private. I took them to the side and I said, what does the city really need? And they said, we need employees. They keep cutting our employees. They brag about it. I'm glad you gave that 900 and now we have 775, a reduction of 14%. We have more parks than we've ever had. We have a bigger city than we've ever had. We keep growing and they keep cutting employees. That's not me making this up. This is facts. This is, if you can ask any employee, they tell you the same thing. We need help, and they don't give it to them. We need help. I have an answer for that. I have a solution. I think outside the box. I'm a businessman. I know how to handle certain things like that, and my idea for that, and I'm sure it might have a few holes, but it's a start, is if we had internships. I was at UT Tyler talking to a professor in construction, and she told me if we had internships in each department, especially her department, in construction, these people would have experience, and when they got out of college, they wouldn't just have a piece of paper. They'd have experience. I worked for the city of Tyler for 4 years, and I helped in this, and they would have actual, tangible experience that they could use to get a job. And at the same time, we could have help, because these employees, they go overtime, and they go past the budget on overtime. I know for a fact. They have a specific budget amount of money, they've told me, and they go over 3 or 4 times on overtime money.
Okay.
Okay, well, Joe,
Would you two look at each other? This is getting warm. I can feel the heat up here, and I love it.
well,
Go ahead.
I would say, I'll just start off this segment by saying, you can't just say that you're conservative, you have to be conservative, okay? And that is exactly what we have done. We have made the city, with the Tyler Blueprint that we started in 1997 and have continuously stayed true to, we have lowered the number of employees in this city because we're more efficient. The City University, the Lean Sigma, we're more lean and efficient. And because of that, we have less employees. And I will tell you, that is part of being conservative, is learning what ways to be more efficient and do the job right. That's what the council have done in the past. That's what my council has done. And that's what I'm going to do in the future. We're going to keep that budget lean. And by the way, the fire department did not say that at all. You are incorrect. Let me tell you, young man, okay? The fire department has never said they want to raise property taxes. They have never requested that. Okay. Well,
All right.
I will tell you, I take great offense.
Okay.
Because there again, he talks about wanting to do more employees and the complaining employees. I will tell you that our fire department, our police department, are very dedicated employees to this community. Because we have a less number of employees, the firemen work harder, the police department works harder, our staff works harder. And they are bought into this lean, efficient government. And so I'm proud of them. And to say that they are looking at trying to raise property taxes, I can assure you, there might be people trying to raise property taxes, but I can guarantee you that it's not going to happen.
Okay.
And I will tell you that we're going to stay lean and conservative.
We got the point. We're going to go to the second quarter now.
1 minute left.
1 minute left? Okay, real quick.
We'll give it up.
We'll give it up. Let's go to the second question. And Mr. Heines, you gonna field this first?
Great.
Suppose the federal government continues to tax and borrow until the national economy is severely damaged. Suppose the state of Texas is forced to reduce its reliance on federal funds that currently make up 35% of the state budget. What does this mean for local governments, and in what particular, what would it mean for the city of Tyler? What would be your approach to governance in the midst of such a fiscal change?
Well, the nice thing about the city of Tyler, we are not dependent on anybody. And I will tell you that we get some federal funds that come through the city of Tyler. Most of them are going to come through the HUD department. and it's to the tune of about $8 million a year. Then we're gonna have more money coming in from the transportation